it again. Birdies Not BS. Your man Dougie Fresh right here. I am alongside the one and only Elsa Diaz. Girl, what's up? What's going on, girl?
Hello. What a wonderful, the one and only. I love that. I am doing well. How about yourself?
I can't. You know what? I just got off the golf course, and I don't know how often you get out here when you're playing the Phoenix, but it was hot as hell. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was like 110. Like I got like a 107 threshold, so it was just a little bit higher than I wanted to be. But I'm out here trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? But you seem like you on the road. Where are you?
I am currently in Michigan. I'm going to play a Monday qualifier for the LPGA tomorrow, tea times in the afternoon. So I'll be feeling a little bit of that heat that you felt, but not as intense.
So you gotta deal with that humidity though, like that stankness. You know what I'm saying? That weight.
Yes, but I am from San Antonio, Texas, and I have played in a lot of places, and San Antonio is a nice little oven. It's hot.
It's
It's
not
really
nice.
hot out there.
Yes, it's hot as hell there too. But look, let's talk a little bit about you and your golf for the people that don't know, aren't familiar with you just yet. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and where you're playing.
I am, as you said, Elsa Diaz. I am from San Antonio, Texas. I started my golf career with the first tee of Greater San Antonio, and I fell in love with the game through the program. I later played for the University of Richmond in Richmond, Virginia. I am a Richmond Spider. Loved my 4 years there, and now I am climbing the ladder, trying to play as a full-time LPGA Tour player.
I love that. Well, then this is a great topic to speak with you about. This week we want to talk about how do you make room for personal relationships when you live a busy golf life. Look, I can't wait to hear from you on the LPGA side because I think this topic is polarizing because golf takes time. And if you're not
Mhm.
playing, you're practicing. If you're not practicing, you're traveling. If you're not traveling,
Right.
you're thinking about how to get to one of those other steps. So let's talk here.
Mhm.
Let's talk family life first. Like how do you manage, family life on the road? I'm sure you have caddy with you, maybe other friends and whatnot out there with you, but how do you just manage
Mhm.
keeping up with the fam?
Well, with my situation, I have it quite easy because my father is my swing coach and my sister is my manager. So I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone here. I talk to my dad probably like 10 times a day. We're talking about the golf swing and we talk before the round, after the round, during practice, after practice. And my sister is constantly checking in on me. She handles my sponsorships. I'm currently sponsored by Markel. So she's kind of our liaison between my golf and them. And then my mother, I one time I don't know if this happened to you. There was a time I was like around when I was like 15 or 16 that I was like, if I had a child that was doing what I'm doing, I'd probably want to know exactly where she's at. So my mom has little rules, like when the plane touches the ground, you got to text me. When you get in the hotel, you got to let me know where you're at. And then my brother is I've always said me and my brother kind of have the same soul, the same humor. I'm sure you have some people in your life that way that will send each other memes, um, TikToks, Instagram pictures, and those are my people. Those are the four most important people in my life, and so thankfully I have it quite easy to stay in touch with them on the road.
See, I like that you keep it in the family. Like that's kind of dope because I know your sister also has a very nice job in the game of golf with the PGA
Hmm.
Tour. Shout out to Sarah
Correct.
Diaz. Good seeing her
Shout out,
always when we
sister.
do.
Shout out
Um,
to sister. Hmm.
but it's funny that you keep it in the family because usually it's like I need a swing coach that's over there. I need a swing coach or I need a manager that has some agency, blah 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 blah. But I
Hmm.
I, I enjoy hearing that people just keep it in the fam. Like that's one of the few people you can trust. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. um, but let's talk about dating. Like, what you're
Okay.
how is this? What do you do? Like, you're on the road every week, or is it, you holler at different caddies you see on different events you stopping by? I don't know. I don't know how it works. That's why I'm having you in
Yeah.
here. Let's let me in.
Yes, let me. um, well, I've tried different things, right? I've met people who are not on the road, and I have met people who are on the road, other golfers, and I go back and forth all the time, because, somebody who's not on the road, doesn't quite understand that, you can be gone for a month or two,
Yeah.
and somebody who is on the road, you might not see them for, who knows how long, and then you end up meeting somewhere. You just pick a point,
Yeah, just
somewhere in the
throw a dart
middle.
at the
But
board. Just
yeah, this is the thing that I've learned on dating on the road or dating as a golfer.
okay.
Doug, I used to like pack something cute. I was like, you never know. You never know if you're gonna meet somebody on the range. You never
Okay.
know who's gonna invite you on a date. And I swear to you, Doug, every time I was tired and I didn't put on any makeup, and I would come back to my hotel, I'd take a nap, and I'm like, I gotta go practice, and I didn't even do my hair or anything. I would always get asked out. So every time I would take that outfit, I never got asked out.
Never got to
I
use it.
stopped, never got to use it. And then I stopped packing cute clothes, and I always got asked out. So I guess it goes with what they say, you got to be yourself, right? I just got to go play golf, do
I
my own
feel you.
thing. But the road is, people say it's like, oh man, as a golfer, must be really hard to date. But we have so many options. We get to meet so many different people. And if it doesn't work out, then you're like, see you
See
later. I got to go to the next week.
No, but
I
like,
got to go. Next thing.
how it like, but meaningful like relationships. One thing that swipe to the left or right, get that thing for the even. Yeah, I said it. I'm just saying, but it's another thing. Like, it's tough when Buddy Bell and I started dating. I was playing and traveling and jumping back and forth with Latin America, and it was tough. I
Mhm.
don't think I
Right.
I call them civilians. I know that's like a military term, but like it's tough to date well, she's a golfer, but like she doesn't. I don't think she got it like off top. Like
Mhm.
when we started, this is a drug. Like golf is like the best drug I've ever taken. Like I haven't taken a lot, but
Mhm.
this one has been like it's taking all my money and my time. But I don't think she understood like the time commitment, like holistically. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like as it relates
Mhm.
to establishing something, as a relationship. So when I'm talking to you and you're out here, like when you're meeting folks, are they aware that you're playing golf, you can bounce back and forth different places, or is it kind of like, hey, you're in town, let's link?
Um, I think it just depends on who it is that you're
Yeah, I
meeting,
got you
right?
on
Like
blast right
I,
now. Smooth blast.
I'm not on the dating apps, because I've always felt like I would meet somebody doing what I was doing, and I think out of all the guys that I've dated, I think there's maybe been one that I've never met, that I didn't meet on the golf course. Everybody else was on the golf course because that's where I am. That's what I do, and I think that a lot of them do think it's really cool that they're dating a golfer, and then once they're in it, they're like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. But I think that for me, when it works and they want to understand, then that's when you know that it's worth trying. It's worth trying to figure it out. And I tend to be a little quick on trying to figure out, like, hey, is this something that's going to work
Yeah,
out?
but it's or
Because
nothing.
I
Right,
want to know
right.
if I should book a flight to come back and see you, or maybe it's just not going to be worth it. But with this career, I definitely, try to find somebody who is willing to understand, because it is a lot of time. But
Yeah, no,
for
that's a good
example,
point.
my best friend, she is actually here with me um right now, and she is a classical musician, and we've always said that we are really good friends because our lives are very similar. And that's why, again, I go back to, like, I'm not on the apps, because I feel like it's really easy to find people doing what you're doing,
Hmm.
like where you're at. So what about, like, how did you meet your wife?
I
You swipe
swiped
right?
right. I
Did
did.
you really?
Yeah, we met on Bumble. True story. She
Wow.
she started the conversation. That's how we got here. It's all her fault. Damn it, girl.
She
We
she
did. No,
she knew.
but it's funny. Like I was at a completely different place. Like then when we met, like I was super
Mhm.
stable. I was working at Ohio
Mm,
State. I was a fundraiser for the medical center there, like 9 to 5,
mhm.
clock punching cat. Life was consistent. And then, once we got together, I was like, I quit. I'm gonna go play golf. And she was like, wait, what? And I was gone. Country club membership, that's coming out the door. And then I started caddying, at Muirfield Village. I had moved back to Columbus. And then I was going back and forth to Florida, then Florida to, Latin American countries. And she didn't know what she signed up for. And that's
They
a good
never
sign
do.
that
They
it's,
never do.
it's dope we are where we are now because we didn't. Hell, it's crazy. I don't think I knew what I was signing up for. Like, not to change gears, but for you, like when you left school, were you prepared to be a professional golfer? Like just like with like
Yeah.
sponsors and knowing how to manage life and money, et cetera, et cetera.
You know what? So when I was in college, every summer, I told myself, I'm not going to go back home. I'm going to become a waitress and I'm going to try to live the closest possible to being a professional golfer, staying in host families, being on the road, having as the only amount of money that I had were my tips. And so I tried to really like live exactly that life because I wanted to know, do I like playing golf? Do I like the idea of,
Mm-hmm.
being number one in the world, or do I like the lifestyle? And so I did that for 3 or 4 summers and I loved it. I thought it was such a thrill. The tournament that I had the least amount of money, I literally paid my entry fee, and then they told us that they were gonna have lunch, like free lunch. And I said, oh my God, thank God, because I don't have any more money. I won that tournament. That was a Virginia State Championship.
That's
And
what's up.
it really opened my eyes to just me knowing if I liked, this traveling and this lonesome life. And I got a thrill of it. So that's why after college, I knew that I was going to keep going. So, but I was just thinking miles ahead,
Yeah,
because I
I
knew
love the
that this is
planning.
really what I wanted to try. Yeah,
But
I was
but as
on
you're
track.
going through this, and we're kind of talking about relationships. Do you find that you have to compromise ever to like spend the necessary time with whomever, and then like on your game? Like, how do you feel that?
I do feel like I have struggled in the past with trying to find time where I let my mind wander. When you're single, you're constantly thinking about winning and your tournaments. And sometimes you don't want to even like fall in love because you're not going to be thinking about that anymore.
It's fair.
And then you start putting, as you should start putting more importance on this person and what the next couple steps are going to be, and your schedule and where you should be and what you want to do. So I do feel like that's always like the scary part,
Yeah.
about really liking somebody or
Yep.
falling in love,
It's
because
like
it's just, and the sometimes the easier path is to go visit them rather than go and try to play in another tournament, So that is something that I do tend to struggle with. But I think that my sister has always reminded me, you're gonna find somebody who pushes you or makes you better or makes you want to like go practice a
yeah,
little bit
for
more.
sure.
And I did talk to a golfer for a while, and he was on the tour too, so it would just make sense for us to just be like, hey, I can't see you this month, I'll see you when I see you. Okay, great. And we just talk on the phone in between tournaments, and it worked. It was great. I had a lot of fun. It ended up working out pretty well.
Okay, but it's funny, like, and I only asked about compromise because I'm gonna tell a little story right here, right here.
Tell me.
Birdie's not BS exclusive. We having conversation. So as I transition out of playing professionally, like traveling, etc., now I'm PGA, so I can go play the section events. Because one thing about stopping playing golf, you still keep your same mindset, right? Like if you've competed for a long time,
Oh,
like,
okay.
and when you go play with your friends, you still have the same feels. You might not have the reps to
Okay.
pull the shot off, but your mind still says, let me hit this little punch cut hook around this tree, through this window, around this corner. Let me drive this green that's 490. Like, no, it's not going to just. But in saying all that, golf now I have a new child, is kind of like an argument with me and Moneybell. Like, it's like an argument. And for the listeners out there, I'm letting y'all in right here. This is a true story. Look, for example, today I wanted to go play golf. I get 1 day a week to play golf now. I used to play any day I wanted to. Go out 3, 4, 5 o'clock after the work was done. I go play. Now I only get 1 day a week. So there's some compromise
Uh,
there, right? There's a lot of
yeah.
compromise for my 1 day of golf,
Yes.
which I enjoy. But you know what? That 1 day of golf, I plan the whole week. My outfit, if I'm playing Sunday, outfit picked out on Monday. That's how I'm doing it, right? I'm making sure shoes is
Hmm.
clean, clubs scrub. But it is something that we've had to discuss, as being in a marriage, especially now with a baby, because she's a fan of 9 holes. Go play 9 holes. And I'm like, I got 9 more holes I'm leaving on the table. So
right, yeah.
This is an argument. Yeah. So it's like, that's why I wanted to talk to you about compromise, because when you transition from playing golf, you don't lose your competitive mindset. It's hard to scratch your competitive edge. It really is. Like, what am I going to do? I'm I'm 5'5". I can't go hoop, right? Play pickup game. It's not going to work for me. Softball leagues, no, that's old man stuff. Not trying to disrespect y'all out there. I'm just saying. But I want to go play golf. I want to play for some cash and put it on the line. But it's an argument. Like, if you've been in a situation where it's like, if you wanted to go play golf or you had to practice, like, they were like, really, like, like, you can't just stay with me today. Have you had those arguments?
I'm sorry. No. Good. Because I just say, I'm sorry, I'm going to go practice.
I feel like that's an immediate, like, argument.
Okay with you. See you later. Nah.
It's like, hey, I'm your boyfriend right now. Hey, E, you want to go out to dinner at 2:00 on this very cool 60-degree day?
For me, because I do play golf all the time. If somebody tells me, hey, let's go play at 2, let's go eat at 2, I'll show up at 2, and I will maybe from 2 to 5, and then I'm going to go hit the range. But if people show interest and they want to spend time with me and they'll be there, they won't stand you up or whatever, then I'll go. Like, I think relationships are very important. It's what keeps life, balanced. And I think that, as you know, the life of a golfer is an extremely lonesome career. And
it is.
When I'm not playing golf, which is all the time, I do try to invest a lot of times in my relationships, in my friendships, if I'm talking to somebody at the time, in people who have invested in my golf game, my sponsors, my grandma. I try to send her a postcard wherever I am.
Oh, that's special.
I just, so I do make time. I'm not that kind of person that just says like, well, I'm sorry. We put it on, we schedule it, put it on the calendar. I'm there. Now, I'm not that kind of person who will day drink, like on a Sunday starting at 10 and we're going all the way till 8 because I'm going to go practice.
Well, not now.
But I do tell my sister says, hey, we're hanging out with a bunch of friends. I tell her, okay, I'll show up. I show up for 30-20 minutes because I'm preparing for, a tournament, and then I'm out. So I do definitely try to give time. So I do work on the compromises because, those people are important.
Yeah. Hey, do you think there's different expectations out of like the male pro golfers as opposed to like the female golfers when it comes to like how much they have to compromise in a relationship? I feel like women may have more to give up. For example, a woman professional golfer, they want to have a child, they've got to literally sacrifice their career. Men, they don't have to do that. Right. So in that regard, for creating a family, women have way more to sacrifice from my vantage point. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Are there any other intangibles from your vantage point? It's like, a guy might not have to give up X, Y, and Z, but as a female, I have to. Besides the child parents, that's a big deal.
Yes, it's just something that I've never thought about, just because I always looked at my situation with, this is just the cards that I've been dealt, and I'm, you try to, work with what you got. I don't think that we have to sacrifice our career to have a child. I want to have kids, so eventually I know that my golf game is gonna have to take a couple months off, and if I don't want to quote unquote sacrifice my career to have a child, then I'm just not gonna have a child.
That's
the only thing I've ever thought about that men have like more of an advantage than we do, or that they don't have to sacrifice as much, is luggage space in their suitcase. I carry my scrunchies, I have like my cute socks, I have my jewelry, and I've always thought men don't have to pack this stuff.
Depends on nowadays it's a little different. Yes, some do. I don't.
Yeah, you're right.
There are some guys that might need they jewelry bag, like.
Yeah, you're right.
I seen cats traveling like 6, 7 watches out here nowadays. They got a whole bag for watches. It's like,
You're
whoa.
right. Yeah, that's true. Or sometimes like nail polish. If you're gonna paint your nails on the road, you have to have nail polish remover, and then you have to have like the little cotton balls. And maybe a lot of guys have skincare routines, but I definitely think girls have a little bit more. I carry like 5 or 6 combs to like part my hair. So I sometimes I just think I wonder if men have, I mean, I'm sure there's definitely all kinds out there, but yeah, that is the only thing that I've ever thought about, like difference in lifestyle. But other than that, I think everybody just chooses their career. I don't think we're sacrificing anything. At least I've never thought of it that way.
Well, I tell you what, one thing that women do have to sacrifice is fashion. And right now, we're going to throw it over to Tareya Palmer for
Sacrifice.
our Fairway Fashion right here. Birdie's Not BS.
Take some time. You like it when I
Fairway Fashion right here. Birdie's Not BS. We got our fashion expert right here. Tareya Palmer back in here. What up, girl?
Hey Doug, how you doing?
Good. I'm tired. I'm hot. It's hot.
I know,
And that's why
it's
I'm
so
glad to
hot.
have you in here.
It's
I'm
hot
glad to
in
have you
Ohio,
here.
so I know it's hot in Arizona.
Yeah, it's definitely hot. It is muy caliente, as they say. But Tareya, let's talk about that. You know what I'm saying? We got fashion. I'm trying to not look like I've just left the gym with the sweat rings.
Well, it's hot as hell. People are going to sweat, so it just is what it is. But I think we're here to talk about the best fabrics that, you can navigate with that. And I know this is going to sound basic, but
We
the
need
best
something.
fabric for
Yeah.
when you're out golfing is probably cotton.
Cotton.
It's
Girl, who
yeah, I
told you
mean
that? I don't believe it.
it's not glamorous, but it can be. You can wear it and it's gonna at least hide some sweat because of the kind of fabric it is. It's breathable, it's movable, and so
Okay.
that would be like my number one suggestion.
Okay, but what about all these blends and stuff? We see all this dry fit this and stretchy that. Like what?
Right, right. Well, I'm gonna do a little bit of this too, since this is a show headed by a black man. The linen. Our dads used to wear the linen outfits to the cookouts. There's a reason for that because linen is so breathable and it can look chic and sophisticated. And you can get some linen shorts for the golf course, a linen shirt. Only thing about linen, you're going to be moving around, so it wrinkles a little more than I would like. But it's a great fabric
Yeah.
that's super breathable for these super hot summer months.
See, I feel like that linen will get you in there looking, like you said, looking like somebody granddaddy at the cookout. I feel like if we wearing linen out there on the course, we need some open toed sandals and all of that. You know?
No, you don't. You don't. I even wear, there are actually I love like linen pants. I love it's very much of like a resort kind of beachy feel. So it doesn't have to be the dad at the cookout, but that's why I said that because we think about
what
our
I think
dads in their linen
think about
outfits when
I
we
think about my
women.
homies matching top and bottom outfit back then.
No, I know, right? But it can be sophisticated. I promise. Any fabric can be most any fabric. I mean, there's a few that I wouldn't go with, but like chambray is another good fabric for the summer.
Don't
It
know what that means.
so a lot of people don't know.
That sound like the topping on a drink. Hey, go put some
It
chambray
does.
on there.
It sounds like the whipped topping on top of like a cute drink, but it's
Yeah,
not. It's a
that's
fabric.
exactly. So go get some chambray on
And
there.
well, the other thing I'm gonna say is if you're shopping and you're like online shopping, um, just look at what the description is of your outfit. You'll see chambray. You'll kind of know what I'm talking about. It's really good for hotter months and for where you're not gonna have air. So if you're somewhere and there's like no air conditioning, chambray is good. It acts like a cotton. It looks good. And it has a higher thread count, so it's very breathable. So again, you can find like chambray shorts, chambray tops.
All
It's a
right.
very widely used fabric in the summertime months, obviously.
Whenever you say thread count, I think of sheets. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and get you some of them chambray sheets.
Well, the more thread count, the more breathable your look is.
Okay, all right.
Also, rayon's another one. which is another, like, people hear rayon, but they don't really think about it. We see rayon blends a lot with clothing. That's really good for golfing because it has excellent drape.
Right.
And it resists like static, and it also absorbs moisture, and it's lightweight. So that to me is another top one for something like, you know, being athletic, golfing, things like that.
Beyond the dry fit fabrics that we're seeing from all these companies out here, man, like how can I still stay fly and look together? What am I supposed to do, Tareya, with the fabric situation? I don't know. I'm confused. Give me something.
So this has always been a thing that bothers me because I see dry fit all the time, and I'm like, it's cute, but there are so many other breathable fabrics that you can wear on the golf course. So I'm glad you asked.
All right. Cotton, chambray, and rayon. Go out there and get all that. Make sure you look at all that. Tareya, we appreciate you. Till next time, my dear. Holla at you. Yeah, I appreciate Tareya Palmer coming in here, always helping us with our fashion. But Elsa Diaz, thank you for coming in here, Birdies Not BS, joining me while I just go on my rants. Kidding. It's a scripted show. But how do the people get a hold of you, ED?
Please make sure to check out my Instagram, which is Elsa Diaz with 3 underscores. I'm also on Elsa Diaz, 1 underscore on Twitter, and Elsa Diaz on Facebook. And I try to post as much as I can about what it's like to be a mini tour player, trying to get to the LPGA, and I try to make it fun for everybody. And whoever wants to leave a comment and join in on the fun, they're more than welcome to.
Well, look, we wish you all the luck and all the love. Go out there and bust somebody's ass. I said it. I like the shit talking in golf. Like, you know, go bust somebody's ass. You can't be nice and make it to number 1. So go do what you're supposed to do. But hey, Birdies Not BS, appreciate y'all tuning in as always. Listen, share, just share. Like, get this out. People gotta hear. People gotta follow ED. She about to make it. She's gonna be number 1 soon enough. But Instagram,
That's
Facebook,
right.
and Twitter, Birdies Not BS. BirdiesNotBS.com for all things you need right here, swag in the game of golf. ED, we appreciate you. Tareya, thank you so much. But this week is over. I'll holler at y'all both. Be good, girl.
Bye-bye.